All rise.
The Kosovo Specialist Chambers is now in session.
Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to the people in the courtroom, in the public gallery and through streaming. Court officer, could you please call the case?
Good afternoon, Your Honors. This is file KAC BC 2023-10, the Specialist Prosecutor versus Sabit Januzi, Ismet Bahtijari, and H.Shala.
I would kindly ask the parties to introduce themselves, and I will start with the Specialist Prosecutor's Office. You have the floor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Seated directly behind me is Vard Ferdinandusa, the Deputy Specialist Prosecutor. Behind me and to my left is seated Lena Peterson, Case Manager. To my direct left is John Devaney, Associate Prosecutor, and I am Tesneen Shahabuddin, Prosecutor.
Thank you. And then I will turn now to the defense, and I would like to ask you to add to your introduction who of your team is participating remotely or is present in the courtroom, and likewise for your client. And we will start with the defense for Mr. H.Shala.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Toby Cadman, Specialist Counsel for Mr. H.Shala, who appears in person in the courtroom. I'm appearing remotely. I'm also joined remotely by Mr. John Cubban, Specialist Co-Counsel, and Mr. Admir Berisha, Investigator.
Now I turn to the defense for Mr. Januzi.
I appear on behalf of Mr. Januzi. I'm appearing remotely, Your Honor. Mr. Hugh Bowden, co-counsel, is present in the courtroom, as is Mr. Mohammed Hadalai, assisting me. Mr. Januzi is also present in the courtroom.
Thank you, Defense Counsel. And now I turn to the defense for Mr. Bahtijari. Please, you have the floor.
Good afternoon to the court. I am Felicity Gerry, Specialist Counsel for Mr. Bahtijari. I'm online. In court are Marion Karin, who is Specialist Co-Counsel, and Legal Associate Yuking Liu. Mr. Bahtijari is present in person in court.
Thank you very much. We intend to conduct the hearing today in a public session. We remind the parties that in case there's any need to go into a private session, for instance, to respect the privacy of the accused or to avoid disclosing any other confidential information, that you revert back to me, and then we will decide on the matter as soon as possible. The panel has convened today a hearing to rule on the plea agreements entered between the Specialist Prosecutor's Office and the H.Shala defense, the Januzi defense, and the Bahtijari defense, respectively. We will issue written reasons for today's rulings in due course. The panel notes that on the 3rd of February 2025, the parties filed a submission concerning reparations, and this is filing 669 Annex 1. And as such, the panel will first ask the accused to confirm their agreement on the reparations included in said agreement. We will thereafter rule on the plea agreements for all three accused. And finally, we will address certain related matters. Before we proceed with the proceedings regarding the plea agreements, the panel will request on a request submitted by the Bahtijari defense. And we will do that in private. Yeah. Madam Court Officer, could you bring us into private session, please?
Your Honours, we're in public session.
Thank you, Madam Court Officer. We will now proceed with the hearing on reparations. The panel will now ask each accused to confirm their agreement on the reparations to be awarded to victim 1, as contained in filing 669, Annex 1. I will start with you, Mr. H.Shala. Mr. H.Shala, can you confirm that you have agreed to the sum of 500 euros as reparations to victim 1, and that the payment will be as follows? You will pay 400 euros, Mr. Januzi will pay 100 euros, and Mr. Bahtijari will not make a payment. You have the floor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Then I will turn to Mr. Januzi. Mr. Januzi, can you confirm that you have agreed to the sum of 500 euros as reparations to victim 1, and that the payment will be as follows? Mr. H.Shala will pay 400 euros, you will pay 100 euros, and Mr. Bahtijari will not make a payment. You have the floor.
Yes, Your Honor, I can confirm.
Thank you. Mr. Bahtijari, can you confirm that you have agreed to the sum of 500 euros as reparations to victim 1, and that the payment will be as follows? Mr. H.Shala will pay 400 euros, Mr. Januzi will pay 100 euros, and you will not make a payment. You have the floor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Henceforth, the panel decides to consider filing 669, Annex 1, as an addendum to the plea agreements, and I will refer to it as the addendum to the plea agreements, and together I will call it the plea agreements. I will now turn to the panel's ruling on the plea agreements and the addendum to the plea agreements. And I will start off with a procedural background. On the 13th of November, the SPO informed the panel that it had entered into plea agreements with Mr. H.Shala, Mr. Januzi, and Mr. Bahtijari, and disclosed said agreements to the panel. This is filing 596, core. On the 6th of December 2024, pursuant to a decision by the panel, the SPO filed revised versions of each plea agreement. And for Mr. H.Shala, this is filing 618, Annex 1. And for Mr. Januzi, the same filing, but then Annex 2. Submissions on said agreements and sentencing, and a revised indictment. On the 16th of December, the SPO informed the panel that it entered into a new plea agreement with Mr. Bahtijari and disclosed said agreement to the panel. And this is filing 628, Annex 1. On the 17th of December, the SPO filed a further revised indictment, which is filing 630, Annex 1. And in this 17 December 2024 indictment, the SPO withdrew one count of obstructing official persons in performing official duties by serious threat, punishable under Article 401, Paragraph 1 and 5 of the 2019 Kosovo Criminal Code, and Article 15, Paragraph 2 of the law, and the serious threat limp of intimidation during criminal proceedings under Article 387 of the 2019 Kosovo Criminal Code. On the 18th and the 19th of December, the panel held hearings on the plea agreements for the 3 accused. On the 29th of January, following the filing of a report by the Victims' Participation Office and the submissions of the parties, pursuant to the oral order of the 18th of December 2024, the panel decided to admit an applicant as victim to participate in the proceedings. This is victim 1, and requested the parties to file revised versions of their respective plea agreements with proposals for reparations to be awarded to victim 1. And it scheduled today's hearings for the purpose of ruling on the plea agreements, which is filing 667 red. On the 3rd of February 2025, so yesterday, pursuant to the decision of the 29th of January 2025, the parties jointly filed the addendum to the plea agreements, which is filing 669 Annex 1, as I already said. Now turning to the ruling of the panel. The panel is satisfied at the outset that, as mandated under Rule 94, paragraph 2 of the rules, each plea agreement contains an agreement between the SPO and the defense on the charges, which include the accused participation in the offences charged and modes of liability, a specific sentence or sentencing range, and reparations for the victim participating in the proceedings. As regards the charges, each accused have agreed to admit guilt in relation to 1 count of obstructing official persons in performing official duties by participating in the common action of a group, and 1 count of intimidation during criminal proceedings. Each accused pleaded guilty to these counts during the hearings of 18 and 19 December. The SPO and each accused have agreed to the following facts as contained in an annex to their plea agreements. Each accused accepts that they were part of a group which sought to induce the witness at 1 to refrain from giving evidence before the Kosovo Specialist Chambers through the promise of a benefit. In particular, Mr. Januzi and Mr. Bahtijari, acting at the direction of Mr. H.Shala, approached the witness at his home on the 5th and the 12th of April 2023, respectively. During the 5 April 2023 approach, Mr. Bahtijari told the witness that he should withdraw his testimony before the Kosovo Specialist Chambers. During the 12 April 2023 approach, Mr. Januzi followed up on the first approach and relayed to the witness an offer that Mr. H.Shala and others would help him if he withdrew his testimony. Mr. H.Shala and Mr. Januzi communicated and coordinated with each other regarding their interactions with the witness before and after each of the 5 and 12 April 2023 approaches. Mr. Bahtijari communicated and coordinated with Mr. H.Shala and Mr. Januzi regarding their interactions with the witness before and after the 5th of April 2023 approach and before the 12th April 2023. As regards sentencing, Mr. H.Shala agrees to the imposition of a sentence of 3 years imprisonment. Mr. Januzi agrees to the imposition of a sentence within the range of 24 to 30 months imprisonment. And Mr. Bahtijari agrees to the imposition of a sentence of 2 years imprisonment. And as regards the reparations, the accused have agreed to pay the total sum of €500 to Victim 1 as contained in the addendum to the plea agreements. The panel is further satisfied that, as mandated under Rule 94, paragraph 5 of the rules, and as verified during the hearings of the 18th and the 19th December of last year, and today, first part of the hearing, that each defense counsel has discussed the terms of the plea agreements with their respective clients, that Mr. H.Shala, Mr. Januzi, and Mr. Bahtijari understand the terms of the respective plea agreement, that Mr. H.Shala, Mr. Januzi, and Mr. Bahtijari admit facts in respect of the charges contained in the respective plea agreements and have agreed to the plea agreements voluntarily without threats or coercion. Mr. H.Shala, Mr. Januzi, and Mr. Bahtijari understand the consequences of their respective plea agreement and waive the right to be tried under the ordinary trial procedure. The panel is also satisfied there is sufficient factual basis establishing the essential facts that are required to prove the crime and the participation of the accused. And the panel is lastly satisfied that the interests of justice are duly taken into account. Thus, the panel decides, pursuant to Rule 94 of the rules, to approve the plea agreements for all three accused. Mr. H.Shala, Mr. Januzi, and Mr. Bahtijari, would you please rise? In the name of the people of Kosovo, the panel finds you, Mr. H.Shala, Mr. Januzi, and Mr. Bahtijari guilty of the following offences under counts 1 and 2 of the indictment of the 17th of December 2024, filing 630, Annex 1. These are obstructing official persons in performing official duties by participating in the common action of a group, committed between at least the 5th and 12th of April 2023, pursuant to Articles 17, 21, 401, paragraph 2 and 5 of the 2090 Kosovo Criminal Code, and Articles 15, paragraph 2 and 16, paragraph 3 of the law, and intimidation during criminal proceedings, committed between at least the 5th and the 12th of April 2023, pursuant to Articles 21, 31, and 387 of the 2090 Kosovo Criminal Code, and Articles 15, paragraph 2, and 16, paragraph 3 of the law. Having found the accused guilty under counts 1 and 2 of the indictment 17 December 2024, the panel will proceed with the sentencing. Having considered the arguments and the evidence presented by the parties, the panel hereby sentences Mr. H.Shala to 3 years of imprisonment, Mr. Sabit Januzi to 2 years of imprisonment, and Mr. Ismet Bahtijari to 2 years of imprisonment. You may be seated. As regards the credit for the time served, the panel notes that Mr. Bahtijari and Mr. Januzi were arrested on the 5th of October 2023 and have both been detained at the detention facilities of the specialist chambers since the 6th of October 2023. The panel accordingly deducts from the imposed sentences the time spent in detention since October 2023. As regards Mr. H.Shala, the panel notes that he was arrested on the 11th of December 2023 and has been detained at the detention facilities of the specialist chambers since the 12th of December 2023. The panel accordingly deducts from the imposed sentence the time spent in detention since 11 December 2023. As regards reparations, the accused will pay the total sum of 500 euros to victim 1, and the payments are as follows. Mr. H.Shala will pay 400 euros, Mr. Januzi will pay 100 euros, and Mr. Bahtijari will not make a payment. The payments are to be made no later than Wednesday, 19 February 2025. And to this end, the registrar is instructed to designate a bank account and to inform Mr. H.Shala and Mr. Januzi how to execute their respective payments. In this regard, victim 1 may receive assistance from the registrar, if the victim so wishes, including the appointment of a counsel. The registrar is to report to the panel no later than 19 February on whether the sum has been paid to the designated bank account and to victim 1. And the panel underlines that pursuant to Rule 94, paragraph 8 of the rules, the panel's decision on the plea agreements has the force and effect of a final judgment and shall only be subject to the reopening of criminal proceedings pursuant to Article 48 of the law and Rule 187. The panel also underlines that upon serving 2/3 of the sentence, an imprisoned person becomes eligible for the procedure under Article 51, paragraph 2 of the law and Chapter 12 of the rules. I will now proceed with other matters. As already indicated, the panel will issue its written decisions for today's ruling in due course. And the panel notes that as as Mr. H.Shala, Mr. Januzi, and Mr. Bahtijari are today definitively convicted, no further review of detentions will be issued, and all related briefing schedules are therefore cancelled. Moreover, as the case will not proceed to trial, the following pending requests are rendered moot. This is filing 287, filing 507, 519, 524, 529, 532, and 585. And furthermore, the panel decides to retain jurisdiction for all other necessary purposes in this case. And in particular, the panel will decide in due course on filing bearing number 516 and 518. And this concludes today's hearing. And I thank the parties for their attendance, and I wish to thank the interpreters, the stenographers and the audiovisual technicians, and the security personnel for their assistance today. This hearing is adjourned.
All rise.